Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. How are we, everybody? Oh, you liked my video yesterday, didn't you? That bunch of nutters over at the CIPD. Apparently, it's not a super, it's somebody they brought in. So even the CIPD, the person, Chartered Institute of Promiscuous Dumbbells, even they got caught, right? By doing let's outsource it. It's okay to outsource things, but you might want to have a look and see what it is you're outsourcing before you do. There's a lesson there for you. Keep it up. Keep it up. And you look at the queue nonsense. Fools. Right now, become a warrior teacher. I've enough of telling you. Come on. Come and join us. Buy me a coffee. Do the usual. You will recall the thrill of it all and the fact that the marvellous Simon Fanshawe, one of the founding members of Stonewall, Simon Fanshawe, and a great thinker, and incidentally a brilliant writer, Simon Fanshawe, who I've had the pleasure to speak to more than once, thankfully. Hello, Simon. How are you? The great Simon Fanshawe has taken up a position as rector at the University of the Edinburgh. So he's up, but in Scotland. He's up north, right? Up north, and boy, the students are not happy. Some of them. The nutters, that if you had a restaurant, right? If you had a restaurant and you had like 25 tables and it was a lovely evening and everybody was in, they were all enjoying the food, your gastronomic delights were were slipping down nicely. Like an oyster down the gullet. Down my gut. Oh, oysters a la Russe. Right? Everybody's going fine. And then you got a table of 8. That are sort of shit on the table and farting loudly and doing all sorts of things. So that table of 8 at Edinburgh, if it was a restaurant, are unhappy, okay? So, yes, it's all from the Times, in the Times. So let's have a look and see, because links are in the dubris. Edinburgh students angry over trans critic's appointment as rector. Last time I looked, Simon wasn't a trans critic, he was just pro-gay and pro-women. Very hard to criticise something that's a collective noun, like vegetable. Right. Student Association officer resigns over new role for Simon Fanshawe, who has been critical of self-identification schemes. Right, so self-identification schemes, is that what they're niffed about, is it? Because you can't, we're not going to have it. You want to wander around and pretend you're something you're not and want us to play along, is it? I don't think so, you silly kids. A trans student representative at Edinburgh has resigned over the appointment of Simon Fanshawe, a Stonewall founder, as the university's new rector. Robin Wolfe. Now, where does that name ring a bell? Was it Robin who attacked somebody and ended up in court? I think it was. Wasn't it Maria McLachlan? When Robin got all snitty and upset because he wasn't allowed to do his LARPing paraphilic behaviours and his queer performativity in public? Is it that Robin Wood? Because it's Robin Wolfe, sorry. It's certainly not Robin Hood, is it? He robbed from the rich to give to the poor. This is Robin Wolfe, right? He shops at M&S so he can look like a woman. Robin Wolfe. Says it all. Barking. Robin Wolfe, the trans and non-binary liberation from what? Bra straps. Robin Wolfe. And it's got a picture of him. You have to see the picture. It's brilliant. He's got this sort of chubby-cheeked, deranged and disillusioned look on his face. Right? It says, she cited the appointment of Fanshawe. What's wrong with you, the Times? Stop doing it. He cited the appointment of Fanshawe, 67. Now, why that's important, right? He cited the appointment of Fanshawe, 67. Does that really need to be there, Si? 67, who has been critical of self-identification schemes for trans people, has his reason for stepping down. Speaking to the students' bodies, Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Committee, of course they've got an EDI committee, tossers. Give it up, boys and girls, it's a waste of time. It's quite clear to me, said Wolfe. I should say, it's quite clear to me, Wolfe growled. It is quite clear to me that it's impossible for me to achieve anything campaigning against transphobia through the university's official processes, so I'm resigning in protest and will instead begin a campaign of direct action. Good! You nasty, nasty little man, you. We will await your direct action. What's that going to be? Here, do you know what was successful? Burning bras. You know, well, I don't want to give him ideas. Woof. Woof. A mature civil engineering student. That sounds like a wolf whistling. There's like really attractive engineering student, and they go, woof. A mature. It sounds like you could woofer. Woof him. A mature civil engineering student accused the university and the Student Bodies Equality Committee of being ineffective in combating alleged transphobia. There is no such thing as transphobia, right? People aren't frightened of people in dresses, men in dresses. What they're frightened of is men pretending to be something they're not. What they're frightened of is you wanting to change the law. What they're frightened of is you accessing the education establishments and perverting it with your anti-science drivel. Well, it's not anti-science, it's actually just fake pseudoscience. Drivel. Because you're all full of drivel, woof. He added, it says she added here, he added, the university has intentionally blocked me from carrying out my role using the student disciplinary process, security and senior management. Right, that's because you're a misbehaving droon who should know better. Hey, Wolf, you're barking up the wrong tree. Off you pop, you long-haired munter. Right. The EDI committee, particularly our chair, has repeatedly refused to discuss the issues with transphobia properly in this committee, insisting that they are more appropriate for the non-existent LGBT subcommittee. It's not LGBT, Woof. You're nothing to do with us, mate. Right? You're out there larping around, right, with your stockings and your suspenders and everything else, doing a Mary Lloyd. You're nothing to do with us, all right? Oh, a little of what you fancy does you good. It's hilarious. He also accused the university of deliberately stalling progress on trans rights. You haven't got any rights. What rights is it you haven't got? You've got every right like the rest of us because you're male or female. Trans rights don't exist. There's no such thing. It's the same as trans healthcare or gender affirming care. The only healthcare that trans people need is real healthcare after they butchered themselves or screwed up their body with drugs they shouldn't be taking. In 2019, Fanshawe, a comedian, broadcaster and gay rights activist, became embroiled in a culture war debate when he wrote an open letter criticising Stonewall's campaign for people to be able to self-identify their gender without a medical diagnosis. Well, they shouldn't be able to do it at all. It's just insane. It's insane. Gender's immaterial. He wrote that this would undermine women's sex-based rights and protections, and also cited intolerance of disagreement and discussion at the charity where he had been a founding trustee for 3 decades. So Simon's been in this, for a while now. He says, sniffing, like the rest of us. Been going. So here's what I suggest. Woof. Wolf. What your name is it? Wolf or Woof? It's Woof, isn't it? Woof. I can't believe that's his name. Robin Woof. Right, Woof, what I suggest is this. You're barking up the wrong tree, and if you're not careful, you're going to be in the doghouse. I'd like to know what your bone of contention is. And if you behave, we might let you out on a leash. I love it when they go into meltdown, these absolute nutters. Go read the article. It's a great article in the Times by Jack Clever from February the 23rd. Come be a warrior teacher, buy me a coffee. The usual. Listen, have a great day. I'll see you later.